Let's see. We Gucci. Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. Today, I have done some research. I found out I unplugged from the Matrix. I took a little break last few weeks. I was, kind of just, not feeling it, but I'm back with some exclusive news. And this statement's gonna sound wild to a lot of motherfuckers, but I found out that the Nelson Mandela effect, the Mandela effect that people, you've heard online, the Mandela effect is they call it a conspiracy. It's one of those things. Apparently, Nelson Mandela. They say a lot of people remember that he died in jail. There was a whole bunch of news articles running with this saying, because obviously nobody fucking was sitting in a South African jail watching this nigga die. He came out and he became the leader of Africa or whatever. He became one of the congressmen, some shit like that. He actually didn't die, and a lot of people are like, wait, didn't this nigga die? And then there's also like a whole bunch of things, and it all revolves around like branding and political figures, which we've known have lied in the past. You could essentially say, hey, like with the Epstein files, right? They're coming out with, now the DOJ came out and said that they have to, like, 30 days to release whether they're edited or not. They came out and said that there was actually nothing going on. They said actually, Epstein did nothing wrong. So there's going to be a lot of people in that Mandela groups right now in history. We're watching it go, wait a minute, didn't they say nothing was wrong? Didn't they say it? So they gaslighted us twice on things, and the public, general public didn't. But there's a whole group of people that just believe what they see and believe what happens. So I can go on record and say for a fact, we have proof that the Mandela effect isn't real. It's just corporatized branding. It's just fake news, literally, and brands and companies like, I don't know, Berenstain Bears trying to Fruit of the Looms. There was a cornucopia with the thing, and they came out and said we never actually had that. Well, it's brands firing people and saying, hey, listen, let's get rid of that. That Sinbad, Shazam. There's Kazam, which was Shaq, and Shazam, Sinbad did. And Sinbad made a little joke saying, like, actually it's some deep state, the FBI doesn't want anyone that has footage of that DVD, watch yourself, because he made a little joke about it, saying, like, because it never, in his words, it never really happened, and he never really did it. I looked on YouTube. There's a nigga that had the actual tape of him, and I watched a scene, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that scene. So the companies will gaslight, I guess, because Shaq came in with Kazam, and they're like, fuck, man, he did like exactly a Genie movie that was better and more successful. It was a shitty movie, I remember, Shazam with Sinbad. And then they gaslit the public. So many people are like, yo, you're not going to tell me that I forgot about this, my childhood memory. Motherfuckers have DVD boxes, VHS, not DVDs weren't at the time. It was the VHS tapes. So you can't, like, nowadays, there's not much fucking shit other than digital content, the physical copies. So they can get away with gaslighting the public into just saying, hey, you just had fake memories, or that's some sort of Nelson Mandela effect, because that was the only way you could really explain back in the day. But now we have the internet, and there's a lot of people posting their own shit. Everyone's posting their, hey, look what I just bought today. There's a lot of things that happen. So every single time someone goes, well, the Mandela effect, you just have to tell them, listen, corporatized branding, and the way that if they don't want to push this anymore, they will literally change logos. Cracker Barrel changed their logo, changed it back, because of, they changed, they took away the white guy, and then they're probably gonna go, hey, listen, That never happened. But it's been 25 years since they, whatever, how long that they had that Cracker Barrel logo. Companies change logos. They try to make you forget about their past, right? McDonald's used to be like McDonald's used to have Ronald McDonald. They don't even acknowledge that nigga anymore. Where the fuck there's people just doing memes dressed like the fucking Raku or whatever, that funny internet fucking YouTuber. Funny guy, but he pretends to be Ronald McDonald. And I think McDonald's would be like, yo, okay, the brand of McDonald's, Ronald McDonald, that guy, he's like now a joke. We can't have a clown dressed up because it's like it's a bad look. Like Stephen King's It, the killer clowns. There's the it's not good. Bozo the clown. There's just John Wayne Gacy dressed up as a clown. We realize clowns aren't really. No kid looks at a clown and goes, "Wow, I feel safe enough to play in a playpen." To get lost in, you know what I mean? Like it's like a horror movie trope now. So they moved away from Ronald McDonald, and sure enough, McDonald's will just delete the hit. They won't talk about it. You know what I mean? You go into McDonald's and you ask the Middle Eastern or Filipino chick working there, the third world country. You go, hey, what happened to the clown? They go, never heard of him. Right? They'll look at, never heard of him. Can I take your order? They're not paid to talk about the past, right? They don't. That's what companies do. They always try to rebrand and then just they specifically gaslight the public into telling you that what you've seen, didn't happen. Why? Because it didn't give them sales. They realize fucking having a clown or the Fruit of the Looms and shit. They go or the Fruit Loops and Berenstain Bears, all of that stuff. They're like, okay, fucking, some sort of lawsuit happened. Something happened behind the scenes with really rich, high up guys in the company. Bought it, said, okay, we got to move away from whatever shit we were doing here just to rebrand it because that was actually. I don't know, maybe it was copyrighted, maybe we were infringing on something, so we legally can't explain. Maybe they never got the rights to Sinbad, this fucking Shazam. Maybe it was done with a whole bunch of drug money. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that happen. Wolf of Wall Street, actually, this is something I might have told on a podcast. I learned a few months back. I was watching. Apparently, this Wolf of Wall Street, which ironically is about like scamming Wall Street and well, not really scamming all of Wall Street and the public into like dirty money, which and stealing people's money and then using it through to pump up your business. All about that. Apparently that money was funded by this rich Chinese guy, I think, rich Asian dude that was like laundering drug money. So he got Leonardo DiCaprio to fund Jordan Belfort's movie, and it was gotten Martin Scorsese directed, right? And Leonardo DiCaprio is legitimately he's in the I think it might have been some sort of after party. It might have even just been not the Grammys, the Oscars, whatever the movie thing is. I think it's the Oscars, right? It's been a while since I even cared about this whole Hollywood award system, which is fucking. It's just a whole popularity contest with a select few individuals. They are at that thing, and Leonardo DiCaprio literally was on microphone on like some dude's like interview saying like, this guy right here is the Asian guy that was corrupt finance backer that was laundering drug money to help run that business. All of that money came out of nowhere. They said all of that money was like dirty money, and I think the guy's spending time in prison. So if you ask guys like that worked on the Martin Scorsese, you ask they go, well, The Wolf of Wall Street is a good movie, but they ask, well, who produced it and financed it? They probably will tell you, we lost, they'll gaslight you into saying that it was something else because they want to distance themselves from that bullshit corruption that a lot of Hollywood and Wall Street. It's New York, California. Even even Joe Rogan's kind of getting in this weird zeitgeist. Oh man, let me just fix this camera. Let me kind of pull it up. There we go. Joe Rogan is getting in this weird zone where he's distancing himself from Trump. And he had Trump on. He was the biggest Trump supporter, going like, well, it's better than the other guys. And the moment you do that, right, it's like when you pick a side in politics. Right? This is why, nigga, I'm winning all the time. You know why? Because I'm Mediumjay. I criticize. I don't like either. I don't like anything, really. I don't like anything at all. I hate the subtle nuances of being human, right? Because I know human nature. I know that unnecessary bullshit tends to prevail. It'll always win out against someone going, listen, guys, let's just think about it. And motherfuckers like, think about it. Let's grab guns. Let's, we're this guy's racist. That guy's a fucking pedophile. That guy's a this and that guy. And to be honest, it could all be true. But it's almost like nowadays, whoever slings the most amount of mud in politics wins. It just Gavin Newsom's talking shit on Joe Rogan like crazy. But the moment you align yourself with political ideas when you're a comedian, that's just not funny. It's just not funny, right? It's just not funny. The moment you go, I really like these things. I'm trying my best to read the Mark Carney book. He's the president of Canada. I'm not going to call him prime minister. He left Canada. He was the owner of the CEO or whatever. He ran the Bank of Canada. Said, I'm bored. I'm done playing with you like Woody when he got Buzz Lightyear, like fucking Andy when he got with Woody when he got Buzz Lightyear. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with you guys. He moved over to fucking England, started running the Bank of England, got in somehow with Justin Trudeau, did some weird backdoor handshake, and now he's the fucking president of Canada. Yeah, unelected. I feel as though with what we're seeing, everything is fake. Because I remember voting, right? I remember voting in, you can't gaslight me. Last year, I remember voting right around this to October, November. This podcast is November 23rd coming out. Might be 24th when it releases on a Monday. It's Sunday. I remember last year specifically going like, these aren't clear like none of these were. It did a House of Commons or some shit. It was you had to vote for like guys that weren't. There wasn't Mark Carney and the other guy. It was their representatives in your local, and it became who did you see more advertised on that, and you had to like go, shit, who is this party? Who is that party? And you didn't actually get to vote for the actual guy because it came down to the representatives of each individual town, municipality, and blah, blah, blah. So what Canada does is a really awesome thing with their political parties because they just try to get the best person that's willing to play ball in that town or city or province, or you know what I mean. You're not voting for the real guy anymore. You're voting for the guys that he gets. You're voting for his guys. You know what I mean. And whoever has the most amount of money probably can buy out the best guys, right? That being said, they're not the best, but they're the greatest at lying. Right? Because I'm 31 years old. But when I was 19, I was still like, it's all corrupt. I just didn't know it. I didn't know to the extent of how corrupt this thing plays into. It's fascinating, man. I'm reading the book Mark Carney's Values, bro. I will tell you right now, this is not do not buy this book. It's a best. I don't understand. It seems like it was written with AI. It seemed like he plugged in 2 prompts on AI and said, "Give me a 500 to 700, 900 page essay on this, and then I'm gonna get an editor to clean it up, and it's gonna sound, because it doesn't make sense. I read maybe a chapter and a half. It's boring as fuck. It's literally, we gotta value our values. This is his big. We have to value our values. We know the price of, we know the value of Amazon stock, but we don't know the value of the Amazon rainforest. Now I'm about 30 pages in. I keep falling asleep. I pick it up and fall asleep. Right? I fall asleep with it. It's such a boring book. But he's already referenced that 3 times in the book. Now imagine if, like if you believe that that's like some, whoa, it's the realize. Now ponder that. Pontificate with me for a second. Realize. It's fake deep. And not to hate on, these guys. J. Cole, I would go as far as Kendrick Lamar, these guys, they're mainstream deep, right? There's these niggas that come in and they're like dope dealers. And they're like, yeah, I was, talking to birds while flipping birds. I was I was whipping up the pots while my wife was, I don't know. I can't really do the dope deep. Because it's dope head deep. It's like, yeah, I was flipping chickens. At the same time, a nigga ain't never gonna grill I ain't gonna work for Popeyes, nigga, grilling chickens. And motherfuckers are like, yo, bro. And it's dummies in the hood that can't read that go, oh my God, bro, I'm losing my mind, right? That's the, people know the value of Jeff Bezos' Amazon, but they don't know the value of, you can't put a price tag on the value of the rainforest. And he goes on to pontificate for like literally hundreds, if not more, paragraphs about how the values of everything have to get back into human. You're the guy that ran banks forever. You ran your whole career. Was running banks. He's like, I'm a financial and then you're trying to get into this weird push. I don't know. The book had to have done something to get him elected, but he's a loser. I look at him and I go, he's a slimy guy. And this is what sucks about being me as a rapper. I genuinely lean into being the bad guy, but most rappers, they're very thoughtful. You know what I mean? 50 Cent isn't going out shooting people. Then they got shot, right? To be honest, he may have never even hurt somebody. He might have, I don't know. I don't know the nigga's life. You know what I mean? Eminem doesn't. He play the role of a badass, but deep down you go home and you take care of your daughter, right? You have your family, you try to put them on, you're doing this. Motherfuckers making albums are too busy in the streets. Lil Baby, as gangster as he raps, that motherfucker was seen in target practice. I seen a thing, and a motherfucker was having trouble shooting an AR-15. So a motherfucker was like, "What you think? How's Lil Baby looking shooting this gun?" And he's on the range. And motherfucker said, on X, motherfucker on Twitter said, looks like he lying about all his raps. And I went, but would you want him just to literally walk around with an like, these niggas are dumb on Twitter. These niggas are dumb on social media. These motherfuckers really want you to just go around like yo, I'm a killer, You rap about it, and then they want you to go out of the studio and go shoot at the police like on some GTA shit. And they go, and then, bro, all of those niggas that get served life sentences, they go, L award, you dummy, you shouldn't have fucked up. They go, so there's like almost no winning into like, motherfucker, like John Wick could be, Keanu Reeves could be John Wick, and then people would go, wow, that's an amazing performance. But you can't, you can't make some raps and that literally go viral and shit without a motherfucker going fake. This nigga fake. And it's like, bro, do you want me to come up down in your hood, shoot up your wife and kids, and go sit in jail and tell you, hey, listen, man, pay for my taxes now. Now get to work, because I went down, shot up your fucking your whole family, and now you got to go back to work and pay for my taxes while I'm sitting in jail. Do you want that in Do you want that in society? These motherfuckers piss me the fuck off, man. I got a little off track. I seen something too. Speaking of rappers, let's see what's this. There's this post. Apparently, Drake has billions of fake Drake streams. Spotify hit with explosive lawsuit. Court filings claims Spotify ignored streaming fraud that inflated its numbers while robbing real creators. Right now, have I been telling you guys for the past, independent artists are getting raped. Now, back in the day, you would get fucked over deals. Back in the day, we'll put this to the side for a second. Side note this. They have now come up with a 720 deal. A 360 deal was everything in your entire life, right? Everything from merch, ticket sales, to fucking, you start streaming with a motherfucker, they're getting money off of that. You start fucking, you know what I mean? You start a nigga, Tyga starting an OnlyFans. If he's signed to that 360 deal, motherfucking Lil Wayne's getting a cut. Young Money's Birdman's getting a cut for you fucking getting your dick sucked on OnlyFans or sucking dick. I don't know what Tyga's doing. I don't know, right? But either way, no offense to all these rappers that I'm listening, even Drake, you're part of the system. These 360 deals gotten so bad that they said, you know what, let's add another one, which is a 720 deal. So it means when you die, right, you go, all right, they took all of the money, but the money still has to get paid to the guy gets paid eventually, right? Whatever it is, there's still some sort of profits. And once it goes to the family, the family's not in the deal. So the family gets all of the money from the said Michael Jackson's estate, gets all of Michael, you know what I mean? He's getting they can't fuck over Michael anymore once they die. So they did a 720 deal where the family has to pay into these guys, these labels. Think about how fucked up that is. Imagine if you go to work every day and then they go, well, now your kids have to work for us. Right? That's fucked up. All the shit that you did back in, your kids now have to pay into this bullshit. They have to, you know what I mean? Whatever they do, the family's getting. Say they put on this new movie with Michael Jackson specifically because he's the biggest artist that they're still milking, right? Think about it. They put on this movie all together, but they go, well, we still own all of those rights and all that stuff, and it doesn't just go to your estate, and you still have to. So the 360 deal or whatever, this big, we want a piece of that money. We want a piece of whatever you continue to do with your father, your great grandfather, your great grand. It's getting to that point. There's 720 deals. Soon there'll be the 900 deal. You know what I mean? It's like Tony Hawk. They're pushing the boundaries with how much they can fuck you. There's clauses where if you try to rap on Mars, nigga, if you go to Mars and they own that. If you go to another dimension, nigga, they want that money. If you somehow slip into a real Mandela effect, now bear with me, it's hard to believe, but they wrote in the contract that they have to somehow, through the interdimensional portal, send money back to those motherfuckers in suits up at the top of AMG, up at the top of Sony Music, up at the top of Def Jam Records. They want their money. Def Jam, I think Def Jam or Rock Nation came out with this thing, Russ. I don't like Russ. I don't like that nigga. Just based on the fact that he thinks he's better than rap. There's a lot of motherfuckers that Drake's out there that ain't Drake. I mean, Drake's Drake, so you can appreciate greatness. But Russ seems like he wanted to be the greatest without ever actually being. He's good. He makes good music. He's a knowledgeable guy. And every now and then he'll just he'll say some shit that I do not agree with. But this is one thing I did agree with him. He said these labels now have this new thing to not labels, specifically Rock Nation came out with the free upload distributor, right? It's a distro thing for Rock Nation, but right off the bat, they get 15% of your royalties for life. So everything that you upload to that thing. Now, you may not think, oh, 15%. If it's free, if you're one of those artists that never make it past $100 a year, you're paying $15 a month to just throw you're paying out of your royalties 15 bucks. And that's if you have no ambition to ever stop at that. You never go past that like little breach, right? Which is most artists underground at this point in time anyways, right? If you get to that point, right? And I know this is supposed to... The whole Mandela Effect is literally... I mean, it'll be the podcast and people will listen to it maybe the first 15, 20 minutes. But it's guys that own things, you know, are fucking over the little guy in exponential ways. Like if you... And Russ said he did the math. If you make $1,000 a year... 15% off the top is $150, right? We could do the math on $1,000. 15% is $150. Now that is more than any DistroKid. I upload to DistroKid. I have all of the bells and whistles, and I also have multiple. I have the label thing. So that's past. It's about $150. Sometimes it's $200, and you put all the bells and whistles on it. But if you just are a person that wants to upload music, it's about $40 a month. 40, $50 a month. Right. Sometimes it's 80, up to or 80 or 100. But if you have, obviously, if you want to upload multiple artists and this and that, then you do that, right? And here's the thing, I don't fuck over any artist, but most artists don't care, because it's like, how much did I make? Like in 2 years, I think I made like maybe $100. So I'm not making that much. I will, you know, and some years I make $400. Some, you know, we're getting, you know, it's literally how much did you do? And I was in jail last year for 3 months, so my shit went off. I should probably, well, then I'm not going to talk about myself. We're going to talk about the industry. What happens when this type of shit happens? I feel as though if Drake, it might be done. If he said it's billions of fake streams. I'm gonna read into this thing, right? A new federal class action lawsuit filed in California alleges that Spotify allowed billions of fraudulent streams on its platform between January 2022 and September 2025, most tied to songs by Drake. Most, bro, most, right? We all knew that it was fake streams out there, but most. Because I remember I was like, yo, how does he get hundreds of billions? Like, there's 9, 10 billion, maybe 11, maybe 12 billion people, right? Last time of that, Nipsey Hussle on some Nipsey Hussle, last time of that shit. So that means every single person in the world is listening to him at least 100 times. That, you know what I mean? At least 100 times. I just don't hear Drake that much on the radio anymore. I just don't hear Drake that much in the fucking club. I just don't hear Drake that much, you know, when I'm walking by and I hear a motherfucker blasting his car, you listen to some new shit. You know what I mean? I just don't hear Drake listening to blasting that much. I don't know. But anyways, most of it's tied to the service's most streamed artist of all time, right? The case Collins versus Spotify USA Inc. was brought by rap artist Eric Dwayne Collins, known as RBX, on behalf of RBX. Wasn't that rapper that rapped with RBX? You know, Dr. Dre. It's crazy. It's crazy if that's the guy. On behalf of all recording artists, songwriters, and rights holders whose royalties are paid from Spotify's monthly revenue pool, right? So we're all getting fucked. If a motherfucker has this and they're not real, but they have to be treated as real, when are they using your fucking IP to, you know, go and, you know, while you're not on Spotify, they take your fucking account and they run up 1,000 Drake songs. That's why when you hop in, Drake's like, it's like Drake has another album. They stopped pushing that. I was like, man, I don't listen to Drake that much for them to constantly feed me his new albums and his new projects. Right? I don't know. Yeah. At the heart of the complaint, it is clear. It is a clear accusation. Spotify knew or should have known that bots and fake accounts were distorting its stream counts and depriving real creators of revenue. It's crazy that they had to say real creators, as if Drake is over here using some sort of chat GBT bot. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. You guys can look at it. It goes into the goes into more of it. It's right on the 100%ers underscore Instagram that came out with. It looks pretty. I mean, if it could be fake though, it could all be fake, but it also is real. I know that most of these guys, these guys, there's no way, and there's no way hundreds of thousands of people are listening. Guys in my city, I will go. There's no way you hit 100K streams. When every single time I look at your music, you got 100,000 on Spotify. On YouTube, you got maybe 1,200. Not even. You're pushing 1,000, right? So you go, that's the same song, right? And YouTube is greatly distorted, but YouTube I think might be real in terms of the fact that Spotify is just bots, bro. It's just bot accounts. There's just anytime I think you're put into a playlist, there's no way that everyone goes to that playlist. Like there's how many people are listening? Maybe, and I've seen people go, I don't listen. I was on Twitter the other day. People are like, I don't listen to music like that. Motherfuckers like, y'all niggas really listening to music every day? And I'm a motherfucker that listens to music every day. And I listen to myself too, mostly. But the, but here's the thing. I listen to my music over and over again, and I've noticed, I'm like, yo, the streams, I've listened to that song at least 100 times, but the stream stops at like 29, right? And I go, and that just so happens to be a Drake cover that I did, and I go, right? Like if Drake was the all-time streamed artist and I covered a track and rapped over it on some hip-hop shit, right? I did my own flow over it. And it's one of the least streamed things out there. You know what I mean? I think I killed that shit. I think I did better than that. Of course, as a rapper, you always think you go, so is this nigga really getting this shit? Or is he because there's fake streams upwards, and I think there's faking it downwards, because there's so many times when I go, on Impractical Smokers and Superfly, I'm gonna go to the studio today and drop some shit. And speaking of, some side note that I got Ops the Mixtape Volume 14, Dexter's Dark Dream. I parodied $1 Million Baby by Tommy Rich. I parodied The Hills by The Weeknd. It's tough. I am not a great singer. Try to muscle through that one. I parodied Eminem's Without Me. Eminem, Without Me, killed it. I think not a lot of people gonna hate me for this one. I think I'm better than Eminem. I think I did it. I think I found I think I found it. I think I did it. I on that one particular track. Don't get me wrong. Eminem's is done. He's a lot better. I'm better than Vintage Slim, because I remember as a kid listening to that. As a kid, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. So it was like me paying homage to it, but also I dissed them. I told Haley to give me head. Now, granted, I'm not even trying to holler at that shit. I'm not even trying to, but it's within Dexter's Dark Dream, the Ops the Mixtape, Volume 14, a parody of a parody within a dream sequence. That's what it is. So I dissed the fuck out of everybody. I told everybody I'm gonna kill them. Alright, I told everybody. Now, again, to clarify, these aren't active threats. They're jokes. They're songs. They're music, parodies. It's like, back in the day, Eminem was as crazy as can be. He's chainsawing up I doubt that he was actually doing that, right? It's all an illusion. The biggest pill you could take as a kid, growing up, right, is realizing that, oh shit, they're not fucking murderers. They're not psychopaths, right? They're not out there raping bitches and. Oh yeah, but some guys are too dumb to realize that if they actually go, well, this is just part of being a rapper. I'm going to jail now, and I fell for it too. Not to be honest, I went to jail thinking that it would help my street cred. I thought it would. I thought motherfuckers would think I was gangster. But honestly, I also went into jail to think about how bad it really was. Right? I wanted to really understand how bad it truly was. And okay, that's the third. You know, every awesome mixtape has 4 tracks. It's a mixtape with 4 tracks, right? Obviously, right off the bat, it's still hilarious, and they're all revolving around operative, gangster shit. You know, murder, opponent, music, bro. Defeating my ops, the mixtape, right? The 4th one is Prom King by Lil Wayne. Hard as fuck to do without. I don't have the auto tuned. I don't have the. I got a fucking USB microphone, bro. It was hard to do, but I think I did okay. And honestly, if you're looking for really good music, probably listen to Mediumjay and Cash Leaders on Spotify, I guess. Hopefully, you're not a bot. But that being said, check that music out. What was I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, but I'm coming out with this new song today. It's gonna be. I'm gonna go to the studio for this one. Hopefully I'm doing good. I was going on about stuff about fake streams. Oh yeah, and I think there's fake like suppression streams, right? Like, cause like. There hasn't, like, there's new guys that all have this same formula to come up. They have a whole bunch of meme Instagram accounts that are fucking going like, this guy's the next one. And here's 7 tweets that all fucking correlate with gaslighting into you thinking that he is the new guy. And you go like, is Conway the Machine the next dope ass artist that somehow is also slanging dope? You know, and he's real, and he's gritty, and his mouth is like this, so it looked like a nigga got punched in the face. And I'm not disrespecting the nigga, but I'm like, yo, is that the guy, bro? Like, how back in the day, yo, you used to be a superstar, bro. You had to look good. No offense, you know what I mean? No offense, but these niggas come up out of nowhere and bought themselves to oblivion. They bought them, well, not oblivion. They bought themselves to like fucking this thing up to a certain point, and then some, like, you know, Rolling Stone magazine goes, you want to pay us so that we can really take this shit off. And then you got into Rolling Stone, and suddenly you got a Wikipedia page, and suddenly you're banging, right? But I don't understand how it's like this thing you got to pay to play up to a point, but then you also then have to know somebody, and it's like, yo, you can't make it off talent and hard work alone. Bro, back in the day they said hard work beats talent, and I go, well, what if I did both, nigga? What if I perfected my talent so much so that I became a fucking Michelangelo? We're not getting Michelangelos in it. We're not getting Michael Jacksons no more. We're not getting you are getting a guy that knows the guy who knows the guy who is the guy that does the thing, right? If I was 3 degrees separation from Eminem or Dr. Dre, this would be irrelevant. I wouldn't even talk about it, because I'd go, I am benefiting off of the fact that I know a guy who knows Paul Rosenberg, or Eminem's friend, that can get me on radio. I can get on Shay 45. Great. I know Sway. Sway does have the answers, Kanye. He has the answers on how to get a nigga that's like me out of the fucking streets, bro. It is real. And I'll tell you right now, it's real as motherfuckers can ever tell me. Y'all can't look me in the eyes and go, I genuinely like Lil Uzi. Right? I go, Lil Uzi was amazing, but he became a plant after 7 maybe albums, you know, I don't know what he's doing now. Right, he hit a stride, but he said Lil Uzi's a bad example, right? Yeah, I do fuck with Lil Uzi, but I fuck with him 4 years ago. Whatever he's doing now, this weird punk rock rap thing, it's ran its course. But every time he's like doing this stuff, and even Hatsune Miku, right? He would go Hatsune Miku. This streaming artist is a fake anime digital chick that's like 16 years old. Garbage music, but billions of plays. You know, millions and billions of fucking streams. You go, like, who? Motherfuckers are selling their house to get tickets to watch a fake anime chick dance around. The Demon Hunters. I watched that movie, Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters. I go, oh, there's like a formula to it. Like they never really explained how they always are viral, how they're always in this thing, and it's like, well, we'll take some pictures and we'll do this and we'll do that, and then we'll go do a spa day and relax and we'll do a show, and then they got this. But they never explain. You know why they'll never explain it? Because there's that guy that's like, you gotta do that guy that was telling those little. It's obviously just an animated movie, and it's fake as fuck. But they use that movie to pump actual song, right? Like think about that for a second. The whole the whole movie was based around an album. Now, I don't know about you, because the average guy put in a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal production into marketing their album just to get maybe on the top Billboard for a month, right? Let's be fair. I'm gonna look up the Billboard top 100s right now and see if any, not even top, it's got to be top Billboard top 50, because it's gonna be a while to look through it. Oh, I put Billboard Hot 100, might as well. I will go as far as to say there's no song, right? It's going to be tough because it was literally like this summer. But let's go. Oh, it's fucking number 2 still. All right. Fuck me then. Fuck me. It's number 2. Golden. It is a good song. Honestly, it is a good song. But I'm like, there's no way they're not paying. Okay, we'll go back onto it's fake streams, bro. Because that was a good movie. It was a good song and everything. Gonna be golden. Gonna be golden. I heard it maybe once on the radio. And I went, all right. With Apple Music, they said Tyler the Creator is the artist of the year. How, nigga? How though? How are these? They're paying into some. Isn't it a coincidence that every single person that gets these awards are rich? Right? They're rich and are well connected. They have a great Scooter Braun's this guy. This guy is, he's got features with all these guys. What is it? Well, obviously and he's doing all the best movies. Well, he's fucking best friends with Quentin Tarantino. Okay, all right. And I don't mean to fucking be a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater, right? But if you sign a deal with Netflix for your movie and tie an entire album to said movie, and the music, that it helps that it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good music. But I don't think is it have to be number 2, right? Is it number 2? It's better than Taylor Swift right now and Justin Bieber. And these are established artists that are deep into it. Obviously, okay. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm hating on that thing. It's good music. There was a couple of good songs, but it also just sounded like generic K-pop, right? Maybe a lot of it is boosted from the fact that they're Asian, so Asian pop, K-pop, Korean pop is doing numbers that America can't fathom. I don't know, but why is it not number 1 then? Right? Okay, well, let me go back onto what is number 1? Oh, wait a minute. How the fuck okay, Taylor Swift is number 1. Never mind. Taylor Swift's The Fate of Ophelia magically still stayed at number 1. Right? Okay, this is a better point to go on. This is because it's easy to. How is it that Taylor Swift, with now that the Kansas City Chiefs are losing, they're like their relationship is magically on the rocks right now, right? You guys haven't won. She's sitting back, bring in my husband, and bring in that little light skinned Steph Curry looking nigga too. Bring in Patrick Mahomes, and she's sitting back. She's sitting back going, and she like a villain petting a little puffy cat, or puffy the cat has he's got a Gucci fucking life jacket. He's got a Gucci puffy jacket on. You know what I mean? Chanel little boots, Chanel cat boots, right? Dripped out design to the mother. The cat's got diamond teeth, right? She's petting this motherfucker, and she's going, Travis Kelce, it's been a while since we won a Super Bowl. And I say we because I paid half of the money that your team's revenue is making. I paid those people to be in the stand. It's all bought it. I bought it. I paid for all the merchandise sales. We have a whole Amazon warehouse full of your shitty jerseys just to inflate sales so that we could get you as the number one merch push out there. Patrick Mahomes. Supposed to pass the fucking ball. She doesn't even. I don't even. It's funny that Taylor Swift is. Now you guys go out there, win, not by too much, not to make it look so phony. You keep this thing going, all right, or else I'm gonna have to divorce you. All right? No, shut up, eat my pussy, Patrick Mahomes. You stay and watch this nigga eating my pussy. That's probably exactly how it goes. It's in maybe less words, right? Less words. I doubt that she has a sit-down meeting, but it's all implied, right? Now, Taylor Swift always is number one. How is it, right now, to get back on, how is it, are you listening to the Fate of Ophelia, right? This shitty-ass fucking rendition of a Shakespeare song. No one in any Taylor Swift fans would go like, this is brilliant. This is it. That's it, King. Queen. You did it. She's fresh. Bro, Taylor Swift's fucking, her hardest thing was to convince one of her fucking uncles or dads or whatever to get her into the music industry, because her dad was running fucking the music industry. Her dad was a high executive at her label that she now fucking basically, walks around like, you know what I mean? Walks around and pimp slaps the people at the desk. And all right, I'm gonna, boom, here's greatness, right? Everything that she records is instantly fucking number one. Billie Eilish is talking all that shit about donating all that money and all this. Billionaires, give up your money, right? Because money doesn't exist when your uncle fucking is a record executive that knows a guy that can get you on the fucking stage. Money isn't real to a fucking 19-year-old that goes, maybe I'll try music, and has the ability to get in front of some of the most influential guys that can make or break people, right? They can make or break people. And the fact that I'm saying this right now is the reason why my shit stays at less than 100 all the time. Everything. No matter what I do, right? Hundreds of thousands of streams, right? Damn near. But I go, how am I stuck at 500,000? How am I stuck at 500,000? Right? Because they know if I get to 1 million, it becomes real. It becomes, he did it on his own. 1 million? With no backing? 1 million? So they pause the guys and go, you're going to need some help. Hey, listen, if you're having tough time breaking 1 million, breaking to 1 million on YouTube, you got 512 now. It was 520 last month. I checked last month, 520 million, or 520,000. Went down to 512,000 somehow. Okay, maybe I accidentally somehow bought it all on my accounts and views. Maybe I bought it though. Did I buy my views? Did I accidentally in my sleep go, yes, bought these to the magical number that I look like I'm famous, right? With absolutely no backing and nobody listening to me, and absolutely No comments ever on my shit. And every time I post on TikTok, somehow it's not going anywhere. It's no traction. It's actually every time I post, the more posts I do, it's less it's going. Everything is all designed on the manufactured little veil of progress, right? Is Krispy Kreme's and Tim Hortons and Dunkin' Donuts the best donuts you ever had? Or is it some dude sitting in a basement somewhere fucking handcrafting donuts that are actually, they're not going to be healthy for you, but they're not going to be made with fucking enough sugar to fucking put your fucking diabetic mom in a coma, right? And my mom has diabetes. She's fucking struggling. She was going low the other night. I bought her a box of cookies. She's like, nah, it's just a couple teaspoons of sugar. I go, at least the cookies you'll be eating. It's like, there's something in a cookie. A spoonful of sugar is crazy, right? But she just needed that. I don't know. It's and then as soon as she got her blood sugar back, this is fun. As soon as she got her blood sugar back up, she fucking ate all those cookies. Went high as fuck. So she's like hot and high up and high low. And she's, I don't know why I'm depressed. My mom's sad, man. My mom's sad, but we all get there. I'm mad. But I'm happy. It's a happy mad. I'm like excited to fight Mike Tyson because I'm going up against the Giants. I'm going up again. I'm telling you, this podcast, you know, it's the Mandela Effect isn't real. The Drake right now we're witnessing the Drake effect, which you go, wait a minute, wasn't Drake literally the greatest art? No, all of them were streamed. All of them bought it. Every single one of them bought it. I knew he was botting because I go, okay, you get on the radio, right? And here's an inside fact that I'm gonna blow because I don't, you know, not blow. Like I'm not gonna blow it, but I'm gonna, you know, disclose that I feel as though when you get on the radio, they count it as like 1,000 plays, right? They do a rough estimate of how many people are looking at. They don't just count it as a normal play. It's a radio player. Now, I don't know if that's some revolutionary thing. I've been, you know me, I'm medium. Like Tom Cruise's movie, Minority Report, where which they're trying to do Minority Report right now. They're like, we got AI guessing who's gonna commit crime next year, you know what I mean? So we're just watching them. We got Palantir watching these niggas. But that's a whole nother podcast, people. Trust me, we're gonna get back into it. I you know, just with family, and I hurt my knee too, so I haven't been doing it. My knee's fucked. I played basketball last Monday. I fucked up so badly. I don't know what I did. It's just finally getting to the point where it's not a nuisance, but it's like, holy fuck, am I ever gonna be this? I might not be the same. Yeah. So I fucking took a week off work, half a week off work, and they're like, if you want to use your thing, I'm like, can you guys just fucking fill out the days? You got to come in and fill out the days of when you're doing that. And I go, can you guys just do? I can't barely walk. If I come in there, it's like just to get up my stairs to my parking lot to drive. It hurts, man. Like it hurts. That's it for the day. Like I got nothing else. If I stay at home, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I could stay at home, walk around. We're walking. I can't go into the stairs. I can't fucking even this right now. Sitting, it's the sitting motion of sitting in a car and having your legs bent. I need to like stretch on my legs and just I'm good, right? But the fact that when I walk around now, my other leg, it was my left leg, that my pivot knee, I was fucking pivoting in this basically suicides when you're running in basketball, and I fucked up because I didn't stretch at all, right? As much as motherfuckers talk about the gym and going to the gym and every day I lift, every day I run, these niggas never talk. I remember I was in jail, bro. All these niggas, we gotta hit the gym. We gotta fucking, once we get out, bro, we gonna be big. And they you get big, but these niggas couldn't fucking stretch. I felt like, yo, I might get beat up if these niggas catch me stretching, bro. And I was like, yeah, I'm stretching, bro. And not many, there may be like 2 guys stretching, all right? And they were like not the good guy. They were not the big motherfuckers. No one talks about stretching, bro. And I always neglect the stretching, but I was stretching like crazy, 2-3 years ago. I've been stretching, but it's you have to stretch half the time you work your muscles. So it's a fighting battle if you're going to the gym every day for 2-3 hours, then you come home and do an hour and a half stretches. Because I'm too tired, right? Or you work all day. I work all day in my left leg is in this position. It's in the straight, it's 90-degree bent position. So if I work 12 hours a day, I have to come home and stretch that same muscle tendon for 6 hours, right? Ideally. So my job consists of me always fucking up my body no matter what. I don't know, man. I don't know how these old niggas do it. I don't know, man. Take a few days, take a few weeks. Fuck, I might take a month off, right? Depending on how this feels, man, because it's fucked. For this 1 hour, it's going to be a short. Sometimes I run the clock. I would like to run the clock on this, but I gotta wrap it up. It hurts. My knee hurts. My knees. I'm 31 years old. My knee. Oh, my knee. Oh, no, my knee. Actually, you know what, man? I'll be some real ass thing. I'll be like, yo, doc, cut it off, baby. Cut it off. I'm tired of this. Cut off my knee. On some real nigga shit. Give me the leg, too, man. Still want to kick niggas in the head with my arms, bro. Just hit a nigga in the head with my foot. That's so they got kicked with my hands, nigga, with the foot going on. Keep that leg on me. Police, drop the legs! Drop the leg! Police coming in, robbing a bank with my foot. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, man. You know what? Laughter's the best medicine. It feels better. I am literally curing myself, bro. Yo, hey, listen. I went to the doctor the other day. I'm like, yo, doc, my leg's fucked. They said, have you considered suicide? You know, Canada's fucked. You know Canada's fucked, bro. Oh, you know it. You know what I mean? I walk around with a limp. My buddy's like, I'm like, yo, should I just get a cane? He's like, yeah, you can pull it off, nigga. It was a pimpin' cane, bro. I'm like, I might as well just be those niggas with a cane, just walking around like House, you know, and then just talking shit and just caning off, bro. That's the thing, because he's a dick. Yeah, he's a dick, but I mean, he's got a cane, and I'll be popping fucking pain pills like a motherfucker. Those pain pills are ridiculously. I don't know, man. They have to be fucking up my body somehow. That the pain pills, because it's like, oh, now I don't feel anything, and I'm gonna walk around and then, shit. The next, I need it more. I need it more because it's hurting still. And then, oh, now I'm back. 4 hours of bliss. Pain pills are dangerous, bro. Didn't shit for 2 days. I shit twice in a span of 3 hours today. Crazy, eh? It's crazy. It's wild. That might have been a lie. I think I shit last night. I don't know. CBD didn't really help. I don't know. The motherfuckers talk about CBD all the time. Didn't help. Didn't really help. You just get high. You get high and suddenly you go, well, the pain's not that bad because I'm laughing at dumb shit on the internet again, right? Yeah. That has been the weekend show with Mediumjay. We're gonna get through this. I know my leg. It's now the pain's back because it's not that funny anymore. The pain's back. But I want to leave you guys with there's one thing that I was supposed to talk about that I'm blanking on. I was gonna go like this is something. We're gonna sit in it for a while. We're gonna sit in it. Not the stock market. Who not Elon Musk. Oh yeah, Donald Trump, bro. Okay, yeah, this is it. Donald Trump was apparently sucking off Bill Clinton, right? How the fuck did I forget that? How the hell did I forget that? Donald Trump's out here sucking off Bill Clinton, and bro, in the Epstein emails, I don't know why they don't have the files. They got the emails, which is crazy. They're dropping this like a. I don't know why the fucking like the DAs or head of state or whoever's doing the Department of Justice. I don't know who's fucking dropping these things. They're dropping them like they're coming out with an album, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know when an artist is ready to do an album, they're doing a press run. They're doing like, here's some emails. You know what I mean? Here's some more fucking. They remember when they dropped the fucking footage of the jail cell. Here's some footage there. Here's some this that. Y'all still want those files though? Y'all still want the Epstein client list though? You want the flight log? They dropped the flight logs, bro. I seen a dude just drop. Is it a doc? Google Doc of the flights, and I was like, holy shit! What? And I was reading the docs, and I was like, I gotta. And I'm like, I don't even know if I should read it out there. I don't know if this motherfucker was on one of those anonymous websites. You know what I mean? So one of those underground things. I don't know. Am I able to just read off the? But if you look, I'm pretty sure if you look it up, man. If you know a thing or two, or you just go on 4chan, or you go on fucking these even Reddit probably has them by now, bro. It's just a Google Doc of the flight logs, and I was looking through them, and I'm like, it might be altered, it might be fake, because there was a lot of like nothing in it, and it's very tedious. It's like when you get those stock reports. I got Cracker Barrel stock reports because I invested in Cracker Barrel, and I like them. I like Cracker Barrel. Just because I like them just because of the name, and the fact that they tried to get rid of the cracker and the barrel, right? But it's very, when you look at this, like when you look at the financial earnings and all the, it's so boring. So you have to kind of like, you have to almost dedicate it like a job, because you literally can go and pinpoint what their success truly was if you and you go, are they able to recreate the success? Is a lot of motherfuckers going to Cracker Barrel? I believe so, so I'll stay invested. But also they're like fighting with, I'm not going to try to talk about Cracker Barrel right now, you know, and look it up yourselves. But Donald Trump out here sucking on Bill Clinton. It's crazy, right? It's crazy because Donald Trump is one of those guys that addresses basically anything. So like, I mean, this is one of those things. Do you just go, yeah, crazy time, right? Did you go, hey, I became the president somehow, right? You gotta work these strings somehow, baby, right? You gotta get your power and influence. Fine. I sucked him off and got a nice deal in New York for a nice hotel. I sucked him off, right? Like, because Donald Trump is the guy that would say shit like that, but you can't really go like that, you know. You can't really say that. You just can't. I don't know if you're able. I don't know if you're able for Donald Trump to spin it like this. He's out there calling people fat, but he's calling a lot of women fat pigs, which is it's not good when there's this big thing circling around saying you're sucking off dudes, right? Ah, yeah, women are stupid anyways. Come here, Bill. It's crazy that there was like a Monica Lewinsky, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton like circle thing with a Venn diagram, and it's like, okay, both sucked off Monica Lewinsky, and then it's like Hillary and thing both ran for president, and then him and Donald Trump both became president and are friends with Epstein, and it was like. It was pretty funny. I was like watching that, and that was how I figured out I figured the news out through a meme, and it was a shit post Venn diagram about Bill Clinton getting his dick sucked by Donald Trump. Have a good weekend, guys. Have a good week. Like and subscribe. Hopefully next week we'll be here if I haven't chopped off my leg yet. Right, if they haven't Charlie Kirked me yet, if they haven't killed a nigga for telling y'all the business, I'm trying. We'll be back. If I'm not back, avenge me. Yeah, avenge. Yeah, go up against the conglomerates. I actually just do a shitty YouTube videos every couple of weeks. Every week. I try to do it every week. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to keep my podcast once a week. I'm trying, people. But it's turned slightly into a it's turned into a week. Fucking yeah, it's done. It's done. Cut it.